Real quick before we dive in, if you're a regular here, consider pulling up a seat to the Patreon. The seat, the table, the kitchen. 3 tiers starting at just $5 a month. Built for the people who don't just listen, they feel it. Patreon.com/TMHF podcast show. Link is always in the show notes.
Welcome to another episode of the Taste Music Here Food podcast show. I am your host, Ed Porter. This is the place for food, music, and culture, and how they all connect.
Oh, dude, I'm gonna watch it now. I think it's dope.
Welcome to another episode of the Taste Music Here Food podcast show. I am your host, Ed Porter, and this is the place for food, music, and culture, and how they all connect. My guest tonight really needs no introduction, but I'm going to do something that this probably never happens for him because this is usually his seat, his space, his place that he dwells in. But I'm going to attempt to pay this gentleman and give him the proper respects with this intro right now. So here we go. Tonight's guest is one of those voices that does more than come through the speaker. It changes the temperature in the room. For decades, he has been the voice people invite into their homes after the workday is done, after the lights get low, after the world quiets down, and the heart finally gets a chance to speak. His gift is not just playing records. His gift is creating atmosphere. He understands the emotional architecture of R&B, the pause before the hook, the vulnerability inside a slow jam, the memory attached to the voice, and the way music can become medicine, confessions, romance, therapy, and time travel all at once. From Brooklyn to Kiss FM, from WBLS to national syndication, he has helped preserve one of Black radio's most intimate traditions, the Quiet Storm. He has sat with legends, introduced generations to love songs, and built a career on warmth, timing, trust, and that unmistakable baritone. If you know anything about us here at Taste Music Here Food, we believe that consuming music or consuming anything is what entails us or brings us to invite us into what we call society. And music is the vibration of life. Tonight, we're talking about what America has been consuming emotionally for decades: love, longing, intimacy, soul, memory, and healing, with the man who has been serving it nightly. Please welcome to the Taste Music Here Food podcast show, the voice, the mood, the moment, Mr. Lenny Green.
Chef, I have never received quite a distinguished introduction as that. So, man, you touched my heart. You took it to a whole new different level. If I had enough money, I would hire you to introduce me all the time, because that was amazing, man. Thank you so much.
Thank you for being here. So as a New Yorker, I have had the pleasure and the fortune to be able to bask in the sound of your voice.
That's what's up.
Yeah, forever. And so I was just talking about this a little earlier with Gabe about, beforehand when I was really, really little, Frankie Crocker, all the voices,
Me
so
too.
this is you are one of those quintessential. You're as New York as the pigeon, bro, and I mean that in the best way possible. I mean that in the best way possible.
I don't know if that's a compliment.
No, that's a very much. So I see the pigeon and feel at home. So so here's another thing, a little tidbit about a pigeon. Have you ever seen a baby pigeon? Like nobody has.
No, I've never seen a baby pigeon.
Never. All the pigeons in the world. Never seen a baby one.
I don't think I've seen a baby squirrel.
Same. And here's the other thing about pigeons, and I'll get off their soapbox. They're all the same height. There might be different colors, but they're all the same height. Every pigeon is exactly the same height. Okay.
Wow. I had no idea. Man, you just opened up my eye. I can't remember. I don't know how they do this. Now, can I go a little bit off course?
Sure. Yeah.
What I have found out, because I sit in this space to do the show sometimes, or to just do voiceover work, and I've seen birds on my ledge. Mm-hmm. And I want to be respectful, because this is my first time being invited to your podcast.
No. Speak as candidly as possible.
No, I don't want to speak candidly because I've seen birds do the nasty
Okay.
for the
Okay.
first time in my life.
Okay.
And I'm like, oh, that's the female, that's the male, and they're doing it. I mean, they're doing
on your
it.
they would be on
They would be on my ledge,
it
right?
would be on your the ledge of love, right?
Right. The ledge of love. We came up with a whole new different thing, the ledge of love. Now, thank you for naming it.
You're
I have
welcome.
the ledge of love.
There you go.
There you go.
That's what's up. All right,
Yes, they know
cool.
where to go.
That's hilarious, by the way. Before the voice became legendary, before the name is connected to the Quiet Storm and the legend that is Lenny Green, who was Lenny? Who was Lenny and what led to this path and this journey?
So at the age of 9, I started singing. Singing was my first love. First, from 9 years old to college. So you can pretty much transcend the years.
Yeah.
From a 9-year-old to college, to freshman year in college. And I went to school in Brooklyn.
Okay.
Shout out to everyone who knows about Kingsborough Community College.
I do.
I didn't think about radio. My voice was not the way it sounds now. It's matured over the years. My goal was to be Michael Jackson #2.
Gotcha.
Michael Jackson was my idol. That's all I thought about. I watched everything. I studied him, from cartoons to watching him on TV. Never had a chance to see Michael and his brothers in concert live. I wish I had. I did get a chance to meet the brothers, unfortunately, after Michael passed, but never had a chance to actually see them live. The closest I came to being, I guess you could say, on the block where they were when they came to New York City was when they were doing the Victory Tour, and I knew they were staying at this high-end hotel. And the only thing I can think of, man, my imagination runs wild, is that these men, these brothers, are in this building. And I wish I had the opportunity to meet them because I really enjoyed singing. And I had my own singing group at the time. Well, when I first started, I didn't, but then eventually I did have a singing group, and then they faded out to black. Okay. But I still
What was the name of the group?
Had a passion, love
What was the name
singing.
of the group?
So that was me, singer. I didn't think about radio at all. It wasn't until I went to that college radio station, and it was like God hit me upside the head with a brick. Like, this is what you're doing. And without any hesitation, I wanted to learn more about it because my mom, like your mom and millions of other mothers or families around the country, around the world, old school, they keep the radio on all the time. We're leaving the house. Nobody's in the house except the walls.
Yeah.
Radio's on. When you come in the door, the radio's on. So I've listened to WBLS. I listened to KISS. Grew up on that. Listened to Frankie Crocker. And listened to Vaughn Harper, my mentor, and all these amazing voices. The first lady of WBLS was Miss Vi Higginson. And listened to her and all these. That's when I really started paying attention to radio. And I was really fascinated and wanting to learn more about it. Okay. So in wanting to learn more about it, you start studying. And that's one of the lessons when I speak to on career days, I often tell students, pay attention to those who have walked before you. Even though you're doing what you're doing and you think you're the only one that has ever done it, there's someone who has done it before you. So study them. You can never become them.
Right.
You can only be yourself. But study them, understand their swag, understand their style, understand their presentation, and do you. Right. So that was me before all of this. It was radio. It was listening to jazz, because jazz was always played in the home. It was trying to play the drums. It was trying to be a model. It was something. It was this entertainment business I was attracted to.
Yeah.
But I never thought I would be doing this. Once I got to radio, I wanted to be in New York.
Right.
But that was far from reality because you got to pay your dues.
Yeah. Yes, sir. Okay. What was the name of that group that you had?
I'm going to expose it here with you, Chef, first time in my life. But I will tell you, and I'll tell everyone, there's no reason for you to take a second of your time to try to Google it. Try to even find video on me because you won't find it. But it was called The Inside Voices.
Okay. Oh, I like that.
The Inside. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So you hinted on something that I think is the secret sauce to no matter what industry that you ever want to get into, and that is mentorship. Um, you the fastest way to really absorb whatever it is that you're trying to be is find someone that already is.
Hmm.
And with that all being said, you know, I believe your sphere of influence is not just the people around you, but also the energy and space around you. And you being from Brooklyn,
Yep.
what did
Yep.
Brooklyn teach you that no radio school could?
Connecting with people, even though I was I'm an introvert. Initially, and I still have a lot of shy qualities within me, despite of, it's like I'm two different people.
Right.
When I'm working, I know I have to be outgoing. I have to meet people. When I'm not working, I'm in the corner, man. I'm in the back in the cut,
Yeah.
just chilling. I'm not looking for attention. I'm just chilling. So I was always that kid. I mean, my mom, I grew up in a single parent family, but it's my older brother, younger adopted brother, and I never got in trouble. I got framed once in high school, but I did. But I never got in trouble, man, because my mom was stern. My grandparents were stern. And I know the foolishness was not happening in my world. And plus, because my older brother and I were 12 years apart,
Okay.
I kind of grew up by myself because he was, on a different level. So, in Brooklyn, here's what I did learn in Brooklyn. I tried to stick up for my cousin. This bully was trying to take his bike, and I kind of said something, and then I regretted saying something. He wanted to beat my butt, and I backed away. My mom said, "If you don't go out there and fight,
you gotta fight.
I'm gonna whip your ass."
Yeah, exactly. Listen, you kick his ass, so I'm gonna kick your ass. That's what it is.
Well,
Matter of
guess
fact,
what?
and we
He
look.
kicked my ass.
Listen, I
Real.
have 6 siblings on my mom's side, but I'm smack dab in the middle. I have an older brother, my older sister Janika. She hates when I say that, but that's a fact. Older sister, and then and it was me, right? So for 8 years, but that was the crew. So like, the thing was, if somebody mess with one of y'all all better fight. And so I absorbed that like to the T. I was ready, willing, and able to no matter what. I'm like, because I was the baby, and so I was getting picked on anyway. I had to flex that muscle. You were one of I believe one of the rare ones as far as normally when you hear people that speak or do anything voice wise for a living, how they sound at work and how they just sound is usually different.
Right.
The voice is usually they putting something on. They're putting it on they're putting it on like a garment of clothing where is you're just this is what it is. But the first time you got behind the mic, were you trying to sound like someone, or were you learning how to sound like yourself?
Never tried to sound like something. Well, and when it came to singing, I tried to sound like everybody I heard.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, when I was younger, my voice I was the first tenor falsetto. Okay. I could still hit a little falsetto.
Okay.
If I have some tea, like are you sipping on some tea or some wine? I don't know what you're sipping on, but yeah, if I have something like that to kind of massage the chords, I probably can still do a first tenor. I'm probably off key, but I can get the note. You know,
get up there. Okay.
All
right.
As a singer, I was trying to emulate. I was trying to mimic, as so many kids are today, Michael Jackson and all the groups. Like Absolutely. I was a big Blue Magic fan. I was a big Temptations fan. The Delphonics, the Dells. Yeah. I didn't have that raspy church voice.
Yeah.
And I don't mean to be disrespectful, but there's a grit in some voices that I've heard and still hear today with
absolutely.
Some singers, like a Teddy, and the lead singer. If you ever listen to any of the Dells music, the guy, his name is Marvin. Most of them, unfortunately, has passed away. So he had that voice, man. Yeah. Oh man, that commanded attention. Yeah. So I didn't have that kind of grasp. But I could play that first tenor role. So I was trying to emulate. I was trying to be them or sound close to them. When it came to the radio thing, No, I was just doing me because I was just talking to someone earlier today, and someone has to see something in you, sometimes what you don't see in yourself.
Mm.
And a lot of people have seen things in me that I didn't know was potentially good. I mean, we all want to ride on the cusp of we're great or we're good enough.
Right.
And sometimes you're not good enough, but a person can see beyond the surface and say, you know what, he has potential or she has potential. And that's what we all want. I think, sometimes we look so much at the covering. Like, if I have to make an interesting analogy, a woman could be a housekeeper.
Mm-hmm.
She could be a cook in the kitchen in her work clothes. And if I saw her, I was like, oh, she's beautiful. Right. I'm not looking at the exterior. Right. I'm looking at, let's take away that uniform that she's wearing and let me look beyond to just how she is as a person. And someone saw that in me, and I've gotten so much influence by people, talks by mentors and people that were in the game for me to learn. And that's why I'm just so free giving with information. I don't understand how people hold on to information and don't share wisdom or advice, because what are you going to do with it? Someone took out the time to help mold me, shape me, direct me, encourage me. So who am I not to do that for the next generation? So I'm always going to do that.
Absolutely. Yeah, you paying it forward is a thing. I always say too, I'm never a person that is, I'll tell anybody everything about, I'll give them all the game. It doesn't hurt me to help you. Here's the secret is this. And people that are willing to do that, understand the most important part about it. On their best day, they couldn't do it like me. I'm not at all threatened by you. You can't out me. And so, and vice versa. Like I can't be, I'm the best version of me. So,
Right.
do what you will with all the information, but the embodiment of who I am will always be unique. And when people understand
Absolutely.
they'll be a lot more willing to impart information and in some time. It takes, and somebody's done it. Nobody gets to anywhere by themselves. Everybody at some point in time had somebody that saw something that was willing to invest time and energy into helping you. And
Yes.
yeah, and I freely do that as much as possible because I also like to see people win. That's the other thing too. Okay, right about now we're gonna get into a segment called. Say it again.
No, because you said I say that same philosophy that you do.
Absolutely.
That no one gets to the next level. No one. I don't care how big that. No one gets to the next level without someone reaching back. Even if they take you to the next step, that's a step forward and not a step backwards.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Right about now, we're gonna get into a segment called Cold Truths.
Uh-oh.
Every flavor tells a story. Every story holds a truth. This is Cold Truths presented by Just Fruit Sorbet Atelier, the new standard in sorbet. Pure fruit, thoughtfully crafted. Fruit at its most honest. Chef-driven, small batch sorbets made with real fruit, organic ingredients, and flavors designed to hit like the perfect record at the perfect moment. If you were in studio, we would be tasting sorbet. But since
man,
but since you are not, I'm gonna have to. I'll just bring some to you or ship it to you.
Okay.
But this is a segment where we're going to. I'm gonna ask you a question, and it deserves and requires your unadulterated truth.
Okay.
Don't be fearful. This is a good thing. All right. So because basically, and I wanted to ask this because, in my opinion, most people don't actually miss a person. I'm talking about as far as when they're hearing a song. You know how people hear a song and they get all misty-eyed about it. In my opinion, the masses don't really miss the person. They miss who they were when that song was playing. Right?
They miss who they were when that song was playing.
It's more because it's more internally. It's more selfish than we make it out to be. So the question is this: after all these years on the Quiet Storm, do you believe people fall in love with other people? Or do they really fall in love with how those people made them feel about themselves?
I think it's a combination of both. I think they fall in love with other people and it's how a person makes you feel, because it's the chemistry. It's that connection, that soul connection. There's a thing called soulmates. Some people believe in it. Some people don't. If you don't call them soulmates, some people call it infinite flames. There's a certain, I don't want to say endorphin, but there's a certain connection that people make towards each other. And it's based on how a person makes you feel. Like you enjoy their energy. Energy, you mentioned something about energy earlier. Energy is so vitally important to me. And if the energy in the room is not right, it throws me off. Like I remember, to digress just a little bit, it was me, it was my producer, and I had 2 interns. And the energy is not right. I had to come, what I call a come to Jesus talk one day. And I said, we're all in this room together and we have to work together, but the energy's got to be right. So I'm expecting them to come in with the right mindset to get the job done. Obviously, I'm going to be the presenter of the work, but when I turn off this microphone, the energy has got to be good, especially if we're having company drop by. Right. Especially celebrity guests always come by this quiet storm. So when I'm in studio, not only are they paying attention to me, but they're really paying attention to my support team.
Exactly.
And they could be missing out on an opportunity for themselves if their energy is not right, embracing other people that come into the room. If you have a person that comes into your space and they can kind of read your body language, they don't want to even extend themselves to even have a conversation with you. So that's why your energy has got to be right. And I think when it comes on a personal level, when it comes on a romantic level, we're attracted to a person initially from the physical. Right. That's a given. And then if we have an opportunity to engage in conversation with them, then we may be attracted to their intelligence, to their philosophy, to how they are as a person. So I think it's a combination of both.
No, it's a great point. It's a great point. And a phenomenal answer too. Spoken by the owner of the Love Ledge. All right. So
that's me. Love Ledge. Yeah.
That was Cold Truths presented by Just Fruit Sorbet Atelier, where the flavors are cold, but the conversations are honest. For more info, head to www.justfruitsorbet.com. Okay. I'm going to get into talking about some parallels. Again, like I said in your intro, here we like to talk about food as anything you consume and music being the vibration of life, right? If the Quiet Storm were a meal, what would be on the plate?
Good question. On the plate, I've got to have, I wouldn't mind a rice pilaf.
Oh, yeah. I love a good rice pilaf, yeah.
I love salmon. Or it's a salmon.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm going to be proper.
No. Pecan or pecan, whatever.
Tomato.
Yeah, exactly.
So I think I'm half, I'm going to be honest with you, I think I'm half animal. I think I'm a half bear. Okay. I can eat salmon every day. Every day. Every other day. Every day.
It checks. The voice checks. I mean, you would make a phenomenal cartoon bear.
Hey, and I would tell you my story because there is a Lenny Bear story, but I'm not going to do that.
There's a Lenny Bear story? I'm sure that's
I'm not going to do that. You'll have to, on the next invitation, if I get one, okay, I'm going to share my Lenny Bear story.
Okay.
But I will say Gerald Levert took my idea. That's what I'm going to say.
Yeah, there you go. You definitely should have a beer. Okay.
So we have a rice pilaf, we have salmon, and gotta have a vegetable. So I'm a real soulful guy. I'm a basic guy, ladies. Basic guy. So maybe collard greens.
Okay.
I could do with that. Yeah. A nice size salad, Caesar salad, maybe with one anchovy.
One king anchovy.
No, just a small one. They're very salty, right? Anchovies.
They can be if you get the good ones. So you get king anchovies, which are preserved in the finest of olive oils, and it's done properly. We're not talking about from the pizza shop anchovies that those they've been there since the building. The first brick was put in the building. Yeah, that's different.
Yeah. So I think I don't ask for a lot. So yeah, that would be great. And I love sweet potato.
Okay.
So maybe a sweet potato souffle.
Okay. Oh, souffle.
Am I saying it correctly?
Oh, you said it exactly correct. Yeah.
Okay.
That's exactly
Yeah, I'm
okay.
great. I'm a happy man.
All right. That sounds great. All right. What's the sonic equivalent to comfort food?
Look, I love key lime.
Mm.
Is that considered comfort? You said, wait, so are we talking about desserts?
No,
or we're talking about...
It could be whatever you deem to be comforting. So it's really...
Oh, but you know, ever since I was 5 years old, probably the thing that most of us shouldn't have, ice cream.
Oh, I'm a ice cream connoisseur. Matter of fact, when I hurt my back, I was on the Ben and Jerry's diet. So I'm yeah, I gets down with the ice cream. Yeah. Matter of fact,
So do I.
I'm gonna change my ringtone to the Mr. Softy ice cream song. So
Oh, you remember Mr. Softy?
Come on, but do I remember?
I know you said it from the Bronx.
Yes.
Okay, so I'm
Yes,
from Brooklyn, right?
Yes.
I ate Mr. Softy so much that they gave me T-shirts.
I got a Mr. Softy t-shirt too. I'm a
wow.
part of the crew. I'm a part of the crew. Now I'll do you one better. So they park the Mr. Softy ice cream trucks in Hunts Point. Okay, how I know this? Also, aliside the Sabrett hot dog carts, they're the same place. But anyway,
Right.
I digress. I love Listen, vanilla cone, rainbow sprinkles, and if I'm really feeling myself, I go all chocolate, or do the
Wow.
dual cone, because I'm a
The
glutton
dual
for
cone is
punishment.
great.
Yeah.
But now here's what you don't do, and I didn't do this as a child, ladies and gentlemen. Chef, I didn't do that. I promise you. But as I got older, I put a little cognac
Oh,
or a little Myers Jamaican rum in there.
okay. To see, all right. For those who have never experienced Mr. Softy ice cream, it is the texture of this. I don't even know how to explain it. This is different. It's not custard because there's no eggs in it, and I'm pretty sure it might not be ice cream, but who gives a damn? It's the texture of it is delicious, and I know for sure the sprinkles, those that's plastic, but it's delicious too. But the texture, who knows? The texture of this ice cream is very luxurious and it's umptious. It's I've had there are a lot of copycats. I know you've seen this, Lenny. They got the New York, and I'm gonna put them on blast because I just don't give a damn. The New York soft serve, the little purple trucks that be out there now. Yeah, no, that ain't it. Don't even. Yeah, that's absolutely not it. It's it's equivalent to in New York. We also had quarter waters, right? And then there's a company called Hugs. Hugs are not quarter waters. They're like this.
No.
Yeah. The outside, if it's shaped like a barrel, that's a fake. There's
Yes,
Kool-Aid and Flavor Aid. All right, one is not the same.
Bottom line. Yep. Bottom line. There's bottom line too.
Yeah.
You're absolutely right. And you know what? I grew up on Breyers ice cream.
Yes, yeah, Breyers
So my
chocolate chip.
grandparents- Yep. Oh, you chocolate chips. That was basic.
So chocolate
Never
chip was
voted.
that was my pop's favorite. So that's what we had in the house. And then my mother loved butter pecan or butter pecan. Which one you say?
Pecan.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. My mom loved the same thing.
Oh
So
yeah, that
that's
was that.
interesting.
You know why though? You know why butter pecan is a black flavor?
No.
Okay.
No.
All right, I'm gonna give you a little history lesson about food. So, and back in the days, so vanilla is a very expensive spice, and it was reserved for white echelon.
Oh,
We
dear.
weren't allowed to have vanilla, and so the cooks back then decided to we're gonna make a flavor for us, and butter pecan was that flavor. Every single
Wow.
baby boomer on the planet loves
Mhm.
butter pecan ice cream, and that's the reason.
That's deep.
Unless they're allergic
you know,
to nuts.
Yeah, and you know what? I must not be from this world. Because I hate
I mean,
with a capital H.
it's so I understand. I
Any
understand.
kind of nut in my ice
I don't
cream.
I usually don't like stuff in my nut, and like I don't like nuts and cookies either. Like I'm a purist.
I look, I got to a comfortable level of finally eating cookies and cream.
Oh, okay.
But
So
that
you
was much later down.
you want pristine. Are you one of those ones that you don't want you want your syrup touching your bacon? You one of those? You one of those people? Yeah, you
No.
are.
I need a separate plate. Yeah, like I don't mind touching the bacon. I don't want to touch the eggs.
Okay. Yeah,
No,
for sure.
no, give me a separate plate if I'm having French toast or some hotcakes. Yeah, give me a separate plate for that.
Okay. All right. So, would you consider your programming to be more like a chef, a therapist, or a conductor?
Oh, I'm a masseuse.
Oh, even better.
Yes, because I know you don't know this about this part of it, Chef, but I give ladies musical massages every night.
Yes, you do.
So I'm a masseuse.
Okay.
And there's a slight therapy in there, but it's like really therapy of release for people. And why I say that, because every night I do subject matters around love and relationships. Matter of fact, I believe you might have, I know for a fact you participated in one of
Yes,
my
sir.
Confessions of Love segments, where we address topics that deal with love, romance, and sex, which is my lane. So, I'm not saying everyone's opinion is right, but everyone has an opinion. And we're all grown enough to have experienced the good, the bad, and the ugly. So we can give some advice, give our perspective, and just simply give our opinions.
That's a great segue. Great segue for this question. So, for those who know, the Quiet Storm is deeply tied to Black radio, Black romance, Black adulthood, and the Black emotional life. What has the tradition meant to you personally?
Everything. Let's go back to singing. I love ballads. When I started singing, I mean, the fast up-tempo things were cool, but I love ballads. So that romantic edge, that love edge was always connecting me and it together. I love the art of romancing, the art of serenading somebody, and when I could sing. So that is synonymous to the Quiet Storm, because the Quiet Storm is a vibe. The Quiet Storm is about love and romance. Now, in the summertime, we kind of change up that vibe. We give you a little foreplay beforehand.
Okay.
So we call it the calm before the storm.
The calm before the storm.
Right? Foreplay is important.
Absolutely.
You just don't dive right into it. I mean, some people do. I like the romance. So it's going to be levels to this. We start in the living room, we work our way to the kitchen, and eventually we work our way to the bathroom or wherever else we're going. But it starts at a certain level, and then it builds from that point. So in the summertime, because it doesn't get dark to like maybe 8, something to 9, I want to bring you down. Like, I know you had a long day, but I don't want to bring you right down, like drastically. So I'm going to make that gradual in terms of tempo, in terms of the vibe of the music, a certain way. Then once that nightfall hits, they say the nighttime is the right time for the Quiet Storm. Yes, so that's what we do.
We call that a aperitif. That is a little amuse bouche for you. Okay.
Yes,
all right,
understood.
Yes. Okay.
Yes.
Please explain what stations, you did a little bit, but explain what stations like WBLS and Kiss FM mean to the cultural identity to New York, but specifically to the Black populace of New York.
It means everything. I mean, and I don't mean to be biased to anyone from any city or any country. When something goes down in New York, the world finds out, because all eyes have always been on New York. Yes, because it is one of the biggest cities in the country. So it's the heartbeat. And because, and Ed will know this, growing up in New York is unlike any other city, because it's a certain vibe, it's a certain energy. You have multiple areas it's a multicultural mix down. You can go from one end of serene and comfort to high end, where it's just nothing, it's lit, it's off the chain. So we give you all of that all in one shot. The culture of WBLS and at one point 98.7 KISS, we catered to a huge, we're talking about an estimated 8 million people in New York alone, not to mention New Jersey, not to mention Connecticut.
Yeah.
So we're very impactful beyond the music. We're impactful with what's going on in the communities, what's going on in our neighborhoods, and we address those issues, because those issues can't be swept underneath the rug. I remember the Central Park 5, for instance, where 98.7 KISS, where I started at in New York, we were strongly behind making sure that on the radio, and I wasn't one of the architects of this, but our talk shows were, because that's very important for us as well, to have a talk show so we can talk to the community beyond the music, because there's a time and place for everything, as they say in life. And for that moment at that time, it was important for us to get the information out and really make the courts treat these young men fairly. Because obviously they had been treated unfairly. So that's just one of many things that we are currently we were dealing with at that time, but it was so vitally important to not only us, but the world was watching what was going on with that. And what turned out, these kids were wrongfully convicted of a crime they never did. And the real person came forth. So we were really instrumental in pushing the needle and making not only regular listeners, but people who were in key positions. We put the pressure on where it needed to be pressure.
Absolutely.
For them to do the right thing and hear and bring justice to the situation. So that's why I feel the pulse and the eye is always on New York to some major degree. People do New Year's Eve things all around the world, but
the ball only drops in the ball drops in Times Square.
The ball drops in Times Square. It does. And people pay attention to that. And people want to be there to experience it. Now, I don't know about you, Chef,
No native New Yorker does that. That's not what we do. We don't do that. Matter of fact, I did it reluctantly once. And everybody that's hearing me, the people that were with me know, I reluctantly did it once. And I everything against my soul was saying, this is not somewhere I need to be. And I'm like, look what's happening. I'm watching people getting robbed left and right. Like,
wow.
I'm like, I know better. I shouldn't be here, bro.
Shouldn't be here. We know. We'll find the party someplace else.
Yeah. That's for people from Alabama, bro. We don't need to do that. That's not for us.
No, sir.
Because things have changed. We talked about that. I believe how we view as a society now, the language of love and things of that has drastically changed. How has the language of love changed from the Barry White era to now?
Oh man, I mean, you said it right there. It just drastically changed, and with change is not bad. Yeah. I think, and change obviously is inevitable. Just like the song, everything must change and everything will change, whether we want it to or not. Things are going to change. And music is also evolution, just like fashion. Yeah. What was old becomes new. So we're going through different stages in life. Now, content, and this is where I go back to what I was saying a little earlier about paying attention to those who have walked before you. Content is important because know how to write a song, know who you're appealing to. If you listen to any of the old school, it was never demeaning, disrespectful when it came to R&B music. When you listen to a Barry White and Isaac Hayes, any of the groups from back in the day, or even if it was a party vibe, it was all about just elevating. It was all about happiness. It was all about bringing you from one level to the next. So the vibrations have changed. What has not changed, which people or someone, leave names out of this, said that R&B was dead. R&B never died, and R&B music will always exist. Right. It has stood on the shoulders of many generations before. I love what the newer generation is doing. And there's a lot of fan favorites of new R&B that are holding on to the tradition of old school with their own niche. You know what I'm saying? Because again, you can't be like them. You got to be you.
Absolutely.
But you're bringing the flavor. You're bringing that quality of essence, that content that means a lot. And you're not just talking just to talk. You're talking with meaning. You're talking with purpose, and you're talking intentional.
Yeah, for sure. Dude, the Love Man, Mr. Quiet Storm. You have.
I'm not the Love Man, Chef.
No.
I know people try to frame me. And look, I've became something new today.
Well, yes, the Love Ledge. But listen, I'm not saying that this is what the populace is out there saying. This is the thing. Whether you want it or not, you don't give yourself a nickname. You got to receive them. This is what it is. So, I mean, there could be worse things said.
There could be. There could be worse things said. One or two might say that worst thing, but
absolutely,
okay, I'll take
you again. Billboard's Air Personality of the Year. You've done a lot. You've interviewed virtually anybody or everyone who's anybody and anybody who's yet to become somebody. You've lasted and had such a long career. through format changes, ownership changes, technology changes,
Mm.
generational shifts. What has kept you relevant?
You got to stay true to the game, as with anything. You have to stay true to the game. And how do you stay true to the game in radio? See, I come from small market radio. It's wonderful and it's a blessing. And I don't take the blessing that God has given me for granted by no means, Chef. I'm in New York next year, by God's grace. I will be celebrating my 30th anniversary on New York City radio and 40 years in the game, right?
Yeah.
So it took me 12 years to get to New York. But I come from small market radio. I started in Richmond, Virginia, and small market, and then I went to New Haven, Connecticut, on an AM station on both.
Wow.
And with small market radio, it's not about you just leaving your house and going to a studio. It's about getting in the streets. It's about connecting to people. It's about pressing the flesh, is what we call it. Saying hello, kissing babies, getting to know who your audience are. Who are you talking to? Get to know their faces. Let them get to know yours. So I don't become make-believe. I'm damn sure not AI.
Right.
And I'm a real person, and I'm talking to you about real issues when it comes to selecting what subject matters I'm going to address when it comes to these relationships. I'm finding out, oh, it's your birthday, oh, it's your anniversary. And I'm building that alliance, I'm building that bridge. And that's what keeps me relevant, because you have to make a connection. And, truly coming to New York City, no one knew me from a can of worms, even though I was born, bred, and raised in Brooklyn. So my attitude was, I'll create my own parties, because no promoter is going to bring me on because they don't know who I am at all. And that's what I did. I started creating my own events. Were they all successful? Hell no. Sometimes we probably had like maybe 20 people in a room.
Yeah.
But those are 20 people that never knew me before.
Yep.
And
20 new
that's
fans.
the way I kind of look at it.
You got 20 new fans. Absolutely. I want to ask you a question about this, because in preparing for this episode in this show, I was just doing some reflecting. In my opinion, this is the loneliest generation in history. But they have the most ways. They have the most ways to communicate. There's, as a person who spent, decades connecting people on the radio, strangers through music, why do you think people are more connected than ever digitally, but seem more disconnected than ever emotionally?
It could be a lot about their upbringing and about maybe who they are. I mean, like I said, radio helped me to become an extrovert, and I'm still an introvert at times. But, the bad thing about the newer generation is they don't talk, man.
Yeah.
They don't talk to each other. They don't talk. Look, if it's a crowded room, right, and it's a little space between me and the wall, and then you have another person, the key, easiest word to say is, excuse me.
Right.
That's all. Instead of, you see a person just push their way through, now you're bumping me almost, right? And I'm looking at you like you're crazy. Oh, you step on my foot. And then you're going to say, oh, I'm sorry. But we could have been ahead of the curve simply by saying, excuse me. Yeah. And that's why I said maybe how they were raised, because I was raised in a certain household. You were raised in a certain household. There's certain things basic things that we were taught when we were younger that I believe stayed with us as old as now. You know what I'm saying? That, you say thank you, you say please, you say, excuse me. I mean, those are three just basic words. Doesn't harm anybody, doesn't take anything out of my world, that'll take me off course. And that way I get my point across. But I'm a people watcher, as a lot of people are. They may not admit it. But I said, I come to a restaurant, I'm dining in the cut. Like I said, I'm in the cut in the corner, just checking people out, looking at the vibe, feeling the energy of the room. And I've seen young couples come in. Now, maybe they were talking before they came in. Mm-hmm. Sit down, pull out the phone.
That's it.
And they're on their phone. I'm like, yo, what the hell? Yeah. And I'm looking at the guy, I'm like, as fine as she is, that's the last thing I'm doing is looking at the phone. I'm kind of annoyed if a woman takes out her phone while we're together. Yeah. I call that I'm being beside myself. If I have respect for you and I'm putting my phone, my life is just as busy as the next person. Right. But I'm carving out all my outside noise and my focus and attention is on you. So I would assume, which is a bad word to use.
You know what happens when you assume.
Exactly. You would give me the same in return.
Right.
So it kind of annoys me when you're taking out your phone and we're out on an evening. Now, obviously, you go through the honeymoon stages of a relationship, right?
Yeah.
So in the very beginning, you're not doing that. And if she does that in the honeymoon stages, fellas, I'm telling you right now, drop her.
Yeah.
Drop her. Ladies do the same thing. So, but even after you get past the honeymoon stage, you have to create something. You know, when you start romancing somebody, you don't start just because you got to the place. Right. Romancing starts early in the morning, may start during the day. It may start with you sending them one of those pictures that you have on your phone, whatever the case may be. But it starts before the moment. You know, it doesn't start at the moment. Don't get me wrong. There are things that happen in our lives, and it does start sometimes in the 11th hour. But you know, the disconnect is serious. And you're right. We have everything at our fingertips. But I think there's a time and place where we have to separate that and focus on each other. The human connection is so quintessential. And when I find a person who knows how to communicate or are just bringing that energy, again, I'm feeding off of energy, it turns everything around for me in a positive way.
Yeah, absolutely. And it boils down to simply, if I could do it in one word, effort. So when you're showing effort, that's what it is. All right, Lenny, before I let you go, we're going to get into a little segment that I call the lightning round. I'm going to ask you a series of questions, and I just need a fast-paced, off-the-cuff answer.
Honest? You want me honest answers?
Of course.
Or you want me to lie?
No lies.
No lies.
Yeah, no.
Okay.
All right, here we go.
I'll try.
Late night meal after hosting the Quiet Storm. Steak, wings, pizza, or Chinese food?
Pizza.
Okay. Luther or Teddy?
Wow.
Honest.
I'll go with Luther.
Okay.
Right now, because either one, that's a
tough one. That's a tough one. That is a tough one.
Yeah.
One song every grown man should know.
Grown man.
That's right.
Every song every grown man should know it is Always and Forever.
Okay, that's a great one. One song that should be required listening before marriage.
I'm not married yet, but I've been engaged. One song that's required. Mm-hmm. Nothing has ever felt like this before. Will Down and Rochelle Farrell.
Yeah, it's a great song. What's one song you immediately judge people for not knowing?
Any Jackson 5, any Michael Jackson song. No, I'll say any Jackson 5 song. There has to be one Jackson 5.
Yeah.
One Jackson's. If not, it's the Jackson 5.
Yeah.
Because we went from Jackson 5 to the Jacksons.
Yeah.
So any Jackson song, like you should know, Shake Your Body Down to the Ground.
Yeah.
You got to.
This Place is my favorite.
Oh, you like This Place? That's a hard one. I test out stereo systems with that song.
Sonically, that is the best. That is the best sonic expression of instrumentation. If you just next time, just sit down, put that record on, and just listen to that going down. It stands the test of time.
This Place by the Jacksons.
The Jacksons, that's right.
Okay, I got you. I'm gonna check it out as soon as I get off this podcast.
It's Heartbreak Hotel. Everybody knows about that, but that's not what it's called. It's called This Place.
Gotcha.
Yeah, Heartbreak Hotel.
Well, you told me something.
Yeah.
You're right. Heartbreak Hotel.
Yeah.
Wow, that's crazy.
The greatest slow jam of all time.
You say the greatest slow jam?
No, I'm asking you. That's the question. What's the greatest slow jam, in your opinion, of all time?
That's impossible. No, that's impossible. I can't answer that question.
You can't answer. What's okay? Okay. All right.
You say not just now.
I'll frame it like this: you had
okay
extraterrestrials come down, and they want to get a quintessential outlook of what a slow jam is. What 3 songs are you giving them?
I'm going to give them. It's a tough question, man. I'm going to give them. I got to give them a Barry White song. I've got so much to give.
Okay.
I got to give them. Wow. Sweating bullets. Love, Need, and Want You.
Okay.
By Patti LaBelle. And because I'm a huge favorite fan, big fan, always will be a fan, I'm giving them a Frankie Beverly song, and it's a toss-up between Before I Let Go or Golden Time of Day.
Okay. Yeah. I love Golden Time of Day. I mean, you can't go wrong with Frankie Beverly and Maze. But
You can't.
yeah. That's quintessential clean up the house music for me. But
Yes, sir. And all
and every cookout from here to eternity.
Before I Let Go? It's got to be.
Yeah.
I mean, look, Beyonce even jumped on it.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Right?
For sure. Man, thank you so much for being here. I really, really, really appreciate you being here. Listen, this is why this whole entire platform exists, man. You reminded us that radio is not just sound, it's trust, it's memory, it's atmosphere, it's community, first and foremost. It's culture, and when it's done right, it becomes part of people's lives. And I specifically remember how radio and listening to radio made me feel as a kid. And there's something about the magic of, coming through and touching people and people feeling like they know you without even ever meeting you. So I commend you. I celebrate you. I appreciate you. And tell everybody out there where they can follow you, stay connected with you, and how they can get in touch with the Lenny Green orbit.
Pretty easy. I'm on social media like most of you are. So you can find me on Facebook, Lenny Green, or the Quiet Storm page with Lenny Green. You can find me at MrLennyGreen.com. Connect with me on social media at Lenny Green Official on Instagram. And that's pretty much, those are the three main areas. Or email me, LennyGreenTQS, LennyGreenTQS@gmail.com. We always will be able to connect, and you'll know what I'm doing at all times. So yeah, I'm looking forward to always meeting the audience. And Chef, I want to thank you immensely, man, for giving me an opportunity to be a part of your platform. I wish you continued success. This is a wonderful, wonderful experience that I had today. You're a hell of a guy who can introduce me anytime you like. If we're in the same city together, I'm going to let you know.
Let me know for sure, man.
But thank you for this opportunity. I had a good time
for sure.
hanging out with you.
For everybody that's under the sound of my voice, go follow Mr. Lenny Green. Check him out. He'll get you right. Especially, put him on when it's that time, and he can help assist you. He'll be the perfect wingman, if you will. If you love and like or find any value in content like this, make sure you like, comment, follow, and share. Until next time, I'm Ed Porter. This is the Taste Music Here Food Podcast Show. Peace.